Have you ever believed a lie?
Welcome to Parenting Matters Now, a source of parenting advice a few minutes at a time.
Hi, this is Dr. Roger Smith with Parenting Matters Now. I love a quote from Mark Twain. He has so many great ones, but here's one of my favorites. It ain't what you don't know that gets you into trouble. It's what you know for sure that just ain't so. And so we are always needing to be seeking to know the truth, and sometimes we can only find the truth by asking good questions. And as it relates to our children, we must cultivate the capacity, the ability to have conversation with our children in a way where we really are continually getting to know our child and getting to know what's going on inside them. And so we in my book Parenting Matters Now, I'm in my book Parenting with Influence. I have conversation tools in it, but I want to relate it to their growth, maturity, and this is a graph from the book that talks about how they change from birth to adulthood, and how early on you can see the red line shows that we have more control in the early years and less control over time. And we must build that influence relationship. And that's really built on a relationship. And the currency of a relationship is conversation. And so it helps us to understand that as the children are small, they are open to our input, very almost blind faith, as they would say, the faith of a child, and that we have the opportunity early in those early years to do lots of talking and telling the truth as it is. And yet, as they enter those older years, they want to do more talking, and that we must do more listening. And there is a time when they will begin to wrestle with the ideas that you have given them in the early years, and that's a normal process. We all went through it. And that there is a window that they will open from time to time for us to give input through the tween years and the teen years and the early adult years. And if you have a strong relationship and you worked on the relationship and you continue to work on it, then that window will open more often to where they will ask for your input, because they will, this saying from Mark Twain will be true about them as it has been about us, that they will believe some things to be true that just ain't so. And yet we cannot always correct those beliefs at every turn, always pointing out the flaws of their thinking, of their belief system. But as they wrestle with it and that they become um, comfortable in the relationship they have with you, they will open that window to say, "What do you think?" Maybe they won't ask it in that sort of way, but once they feel heard, they will go. They will be open to your suggestion. Well, I see things differently in regard to what we're talking about, and if you're interested in my ideas, I'd be glad to share them with you. And you have conversation as time goes on. It's more and more two-way. In the early years, it's one way, you talking to them. And in the tweens and teen years, it's one way, them talking to you. And they want to wrestle with the ideas and come up with their own thoughts. But as the relationship continues to mature, it'll be much more like a friendship, a two-way street. But the more that we try to speak when they're not listening, the longer it is before they begin to listen. So I say be careful and understand that graph of control and influence, that over time, whenever they are young, we have the ability to control, to shape their thinking. And then as they are maturing, they're wanting to do their own thinking. And we need to be careful with when we speak and what we say and when we are critical, when we give an opposing view, and so that we major on the relationship so that we do build influence to where we can then speak whenever they're listening. So, just like we need to be open to ideas of when we believe something to be true that just ain't so, We can help our children wrestle with those ideas that at some point they believe to be true, but they just ain't so. So let's not go through life believing lies, but we cannot always correct every lie as soon as it appears. We need to let the process take place. And that is the art of parenting. And we all have made mistakes in that regard. But let's make fewer of them. Let's be wise and listen to our children when they are just wrestling with an idea. They're toying with it, and we don't need to correct it, confront it, squelch it in its infancy. In the infancy of wrestling with an idea, let it go through the process. Use wisdom. This is Dr. Roger Smith of Parenting Matters Now.
Subscribe to Parenting Matters Now for more advice, or go to rogersmithmd.com to search for more topics. See you next time.